Okay, so what we notice about next page is, okay, let's go ahead and read what it asks, and I want to do something little more. Decide whether you would use the law of sine or law of cosine, or if there is not enough information. Draw the triangle, label the parts. Okay, they're just asking us to decide whether you're using the law of sine or law of cosine. But what we will do is, what I'd like us to do is, I would like us to go ahead and solve the whole thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 3 and 4, where not only do we decide are we going to use law of sine or law of cosine, we will also solve all the missing the sides. So I'll start with 3 with you guys, and then I'd like you to finish it up. So let's go ahead and draw the diagram for 3. So A, B, and C. You will need more space, so I'll walk around seeing if you guys need scratch paper. So A is equal to 4 here, C equals to 1, and angle B equals 120 degrees. So what are the things that I need to find? I need to find B, side B. Side B is unknown, angle A is unknown, and angle C is unknown. These are the 3 pieces I'd like you to find. Okay, so now my question is, can I use law of sine? Can I start with law of sine? Because that's what they're first telling us to here. So I'm getting one answer from this side, and she said no, and she is correct. Why can I not use law of sine? Because I don't have an angle and a side opposite to there's only one angle given to me, and the side opposite to that is unknown. So I don't have that combination of one angle and the side opposite. But what are the pieces of information I have? I have 2 sides and an angle, so I do have SAS. SAS is a great candidate for law of cosine. SAS is a great candidate for law of cosine, so we'll start using law of cosine. And law of cosine, remember how it works? You write the side square first, so it's a good one to start with. B square equals A square plus C square. So let's go ahead. So this is the formula you'll use. So please go ahead and use the formula, and I want you to do the whole problem. Find side B, then find angle A and angle C. B square equals A square plus B square minus 2AC cosine B. Like I said, the space given there is not enough. So if anybody wants to come and grab some scratch paper, please do. I'll just leave it here so anyone can come. Again, if anybody wants scratch paper, please come and take some from here. You don't have enough space. I put down just the answer for B. You should have got B to be 4.583. B square should have been 21. And remember, you have to find the square root. Please let me know if you didn't get it. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be with you. Okay, once you found B, remember you still have to find angle A and angle C. Can you use the law of sine? Yes, you can, because A is the largest side. A is the largest side. Okay, alright, go ahead and finish it up. I'm sorry, B is the largest side. You already have an obtuse angle, so you do not have to worry whether you can use law of sine or not. You already have an obtuse angle, so you don't have to worry. Yeah. You got it? Okay. All right. I'll put up the work for all of it, and then we'll move on. Hi. Don't. Cosine of 120? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see if I did something else. How do you get 4? And this is the calculator. 16. Oh, this is 8. Oh, some question paper, obviously. Alright, how are we doing? Can I put up the answers for angle A and angle C? So remember, angle A or angle C, you can use the law of sine because the obtuse angle is already given to you, so you don't have to worry about it. Now you can use the law of sine. Why? Because now you have a side, you already found B, and you have an angle opposite to that given, so you can use the law of sine. So hopefully all of us figured that out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put up the work. This is the entire work. Let me go ahead and zoom it out a little bit in case to make it clearer. Yeah, let me know if you guys got this. Yeah, you good? Yeah, tell me, Pinky. No, I'm still doing 3. I'm still showing 3. I'm not yet done 4. Okay, go ahead and do number 4. 4 is a little easier. Everybody good with 3? Okay, let's go ahead and look at 4. I'm going to let you guys do 4 by yourself. I'm not even going to go ahead and draw the diagram. Even the diagram is drawn by you. And figure out if you're going to use law of sine or law of cosine, and it's all on you. Like I said, I think 4 is a little more easier. So it looks like problem number 4, I can start with the law of sine because I can find angle A by subtracting from 180 and I have the side opposite to that given. So you can use a law of sine, find anything that you need to find. I'll put up the work in a few minutes. So obviously in my question number 4, the side opposite angle C will be my largest side when you calculate your side. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put up the work for number 4. Please let me know if it's clear. Yeah, yes, Karen. You're ahead. Alright, how are we doing with number 4? Does anybody have questions? Does anybody need help? Anything else? Does anybody need any explanation? Is everybody okay with 4? Can I move on? Does anybody need a little more time? No? We're all good? Yeah, okay. I want you guys to look, even if you don't solve it completely, I want you to look at 6 and 8. Just tell me how you will solve it. Tell me which law you will use for 6 and 8. So draw the diagram, because unless you draw the diagram you won't know, and see what jumps out at you. So in number 6, what do you find about angle B? Angle B is how much? 90 degrees. So what kind of a triangle is it? It's a right triangle. So for me to find the missing sides, what can I do? Yeah, yes, either one, I don't care. Yeah, okay, go ahead, Pinky. It's equal to what? It equals. Oh, did I switch it up? Angle B. Oh, yes, I did switch it up. Thank you. Correct. Okay. Let's draw it again. So A is 35. Okay. B is 55. And C is my unknown. So C becomes 90 degrees. And then C equals 7.
You're not teaching, right? You guys are all sleeping. You guys are sleeping.
What are you doing there?
How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Good. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I did okay.
Yeah.
I did that.
Alright, so since this is a right angle triangle, I can also use SOHCAHTOA, right? Can I do that to find my missing sides? So I can use, because I have an angle in the side, okay guys, I know I interrupted the class, can we all get back? So I can use the law of sine, or I can use my SOHCAHTOA. Alright, let's look at number 8. What do I do in number 8? I have 3 sides and no angles at all. I'm sorry. I have 3 angles and no sides at all. What do you guys think? I'm not even going to draw this. What do you guys think? If you're given 3 angles and no sides, I cannot use law of cosine, because law of cosine is, I need all 3 sides or 2 sides and an angle. So law of cosine is out. Can I use a law of sine? I cannot. So basically, this is where you're going to say there is not enough information. Okay. All right. There's one more problem I want you to do, and then we'll wrap it up, and that is problem number 11. It's a word problem. So it's kind of a sort of, you'll have to brush up on your geometry. Try to kind of geometry stuff. Yeah, because it talks about a parallelogram and it talks about diagonals of it. So you want to be thinking about. Okay, why don't you guys try? I'll help you get started. So let's go ahead and draw our. So it's a parallelogram. So let's go ahead and draw a parallelogram. Parallelogram means the opposite sides are parallel, right? So I have a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel. What does it tell you? It says in a parallelogram, one diagonal is 6 centimeters long and the other diagonal is 13 centimeters long. So the short one probably is 6 centimeters and the long one is 13 centimeters. But before I put down the numbers, what do you, and then we'll get it. And what do you know about the diagonals of a, what do you guys remember about the diagonals of a parallelogram? They're obviously not congruent because one is short, one is long, because it's slanted. But there's something else. What do you guys remember about the diagonals of a parallelogram? One of the features, the only features of the diagonals of a parallelogram that applies to all the parallelograms, that they bisect each other. Diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other, which means what? If the short one is 6 centimeters, each of them is 3. If the long one is 13 centimeters, each of them is 6.5. Everybody okay? Then what else do they say? They form an angle of 42 degrees with each other. That means there are two angles that they form. The smaller of the two will be 40. So this will be 42 degrees. This will be 42 degrees. Find the length of the parallelogram. So let's say I call this A and let's say I call this B. So far are we okay? So far clear? Okay, let's say I'm going to start trying to solve for A. So A is basically belongs to this triangle. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw this triangle by itself, because sometimes when you see something in the cluttered, it's kind of a little more harder to see. So I'm just going to draw this triangle and see if I can solve for A. So how does this little triangle look like? It looks, there's this side, there is the shorter side here. This is 3, this is 6.5, this is 42 degrees, and this is my A. Correct? Isn't this my triangle? Okay, now my question to you is, what can I use to, obviously I can't use any of my right triangle stuff. I can't use Pythagorean theorem, I can't use SOHCAHTOA. Can I use the law of sine or law of cosine? Yes, go ahead, Gerard. Perfect, good answer. I can use law of cosine because this one is SAS, right? Two sides and an angle in between. So can we all use the law of cosine? So I'll use the law of cosine to find side A. Can we all use the law of cosine to find side A? Okay, I put up the answer for A. Did we all get this for A? 4.72 or 719, but rounded to 2 decimals is 4.72. Is everybody clear how we got that? Did anybody not get it? Does anybody need my help? Okay, now that I've shown you how to solve for A, please solve for B by redrawing the other triangle that I've just highlighted with a different color. That'll okay, no. So before we do that, let me go ahead and draw the triangle that I've just highlighted. So this triangle looks like this, where this is 3, this is 6.5, this is B. Okay, so now my question is, do I know the angle? In this one I knew the angle, 3, 6.5 and 42 degrees. Do I know this angle? Do I know this angle? How do I find that angle? Okay, I'm just going to wait for someone to give me an answer. I'm sure somebody knows the answer. How do I find that angle? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. Okay, go ahead, Abby.
180.
Perfect, excellent. Subtract from 180 from 42. Why did we do that?
This is a line.
Because it's a line. Remember, whenever you have a line, and this is a line. In a line, whenever you have one angle, the other angle, basically your linear theorem. Linear theorem is any line, angles on a line always sum up to 180 degrees. So this is going to be 180 minus 42 degrees, which is 138 degrees. So this is 138 degrees. So go ahead and set up your side B. Square equals, so this will again be law of cosine. Go ahead and solve for B squared and we are good.